The Bible says that God created Eve from Adam's rib, but she wasn't the first woman. The first was Lilith, formed from the earth, just like him, equal to him, but disobedient. And for that, she was erased from history. Cast out of Eden, condemned by religions, cursed in legends. Lilith, a name whispered for centuries with fear and fascination. A demoness? A goddess? A shadow of femininity? The first feminist? Or the embodiment of evil? Her story is more than just myth. It's a tale of freedom, sex, rebellion, and punishment. Of a woman who refused to submit. Of a woman who chose hell over obedience. Scroll who was Lilith? The earliest references to Lilith come from ancient Mesopotamia. She appeared in Sumerian tablets as Lilitu, a demon of the night, of storms, of unrest. She was described as a woman with long hair, wings, and bird-like feet. She dwelled in desolate places and visited sleeping men to seduce them in dreams. Over time, Lilith absorbed traits of other female demons, Lamishtu, Ardent Lily, and Kalili. She was always linked to sexuality, the night, unrest, and independence. In the medieval Alphabet of Ben Sira, a Jewish text from the 9th century, Lilith takes on a new role as Adam's first wife. God created them from the same clay. She was not his servant. She was his equal. But conflict soon arose in Eden, most famously over sexual dominance. Adam demanded that Lilith lie beneath him. Lilith refused. She claimed she was neither lesser nor weaker. She spoke the ineffable name of God and fled Eden. Eagle escape and punishment. Lilith fled to the desert. There, according to legend, she joined with demons and began to give birth to hundreds of children daily, the so-called Lilim. God sent 3 angels to beg her to return. Lilith refused. As punishment, 100 of her children would die every day. From then on, she became known as a demon who killed infants and women in childbirth. For centuries, mothers hung amulets over cribs bearing the names of those angels, Sinoi, Sansonoi, Samanjalov. But was Lilith truly evil? Or did she simply refuse to be owned? Waning crescent moon, the symbolism of Lilith. Lilith became an icon of female strength and rebellion, and the embodiment of everything patriarchal systems feared. Independence, sexual freedom, rejection of the roles of wife and mother. In Kabbalistic texts, she appears as the queen of the night, the consort of Samuel, the angel of death. Their bond was both spiritual and physical, spawning demons and shadows. Sometimes she is even identified with the serpent from Eden, the one who tempted Eve. So perhaps it wasn't Satan who brought sin into the world, but a woman who had already defied obedience. Her name means night, but also breath, wind, spirit. She is like darkness, unseen, yet ever-present. Prayer beads Lilith in beliefs and rituals. In Jewish and Arabic folklore, Lilith was the terror of the night. She was blamed for miscarriages, infertility, and erotic dreams. But on the other hand, she was also invoked by witches as the patron of independent and powerful women. In some rituals, she appears as the black goddess tied to the dark side of the moon. In modern occultism, Lilith holds a high place as the archetype of the female shadow self. Fire Lilith in modern culture. In the 20th and 21st centuries, Lilith returned, not as a monster, but as a symbol of liberation. In fantasy and horror literature, she appears as a demon queen or seductress. In TV series like Supernatural, Lucifer, or Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, she is portrayed as a powerful witch, mother of demons, a teacher of women. In music, from gothic rock to pop, her name is invoked as a manifesto of freedom. In astrology, Black Lilith is a point in the birth chart representing mystery, rage, sensuality, and inner turmoil. In 1997, the Lilith Fair Music Festival was created, celebrating female artists and independent women in the arts. Her myth endures because Lilith is no legend. She's an archetype. a force living in the shadow of every woman and every person who's ever dared to rebel. Lilith is not just a demon. She is a symbol, a shadow, a memory of the first rebellion, a question that never stops being relevant. Is a woman who says no a threat or a heroine? Is rebellion always a sin? Does true independence always come at a price? And you? What do you think of Lilith? Do you see something of her in yourself or in someone you know? Could you understand her? Or would you condemn her? Is rebellion the beginning of downfall or awakening? Leave a comment. And before you fall asleep, listen closely. Because maybe, just maybe, when you close your eyes, Lilith will start whispering your name.